ready for some Miami Heat basketball with Deron Butler on Kendall Sports Network.
Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Deron Butler, welcoming you to another edition of Heat Zone Live, courtesy of Kendall Sports Network. Tonight, the Miami Heat are back in action as they host the Atlanta Hawks on a night to commemorate and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Heat's 2006 NBA championship team, the team that won it all in 6 games against the Dallas Mavericks. That team featuring Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Doliak, Shannon Anderson, James Posey, Alonzo Mourning, Jason Williams, Antoine Walker, Jason Capono, and a few others. So right now, the Heat, looking at the Eastern Conference standings, the Heat are currently in 7th place, which means they're still in play-in territory, but they are also first place in the Southeast Division. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Hawks, who recently traded Trae Young for Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum, they also made a trade of their own, sending 8 Krejci to the Portland Trail Blazers. So right now, the Atlanta Hawks, even though they're without their core players, including Kristaps Porzingis, who only played 17 games, they do have an all-star to build around in Jalen Johnson, as well as a potential one in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So with all that said, here are my 3 keys for tonight's game. Key number 1, combat the defense. What I mean by this is utilizing defense against their defense. If there's one thing to know about the Atlanta Hawks, they have a defensive player named Dyson Daniels. He's very good on defense, and he knows how to put offenses in their place. One thing to know about the Heat is that they can fight themselves on defense as well. So this is going to be a defensive-minded matchup between these 2 teams. Key number 2, use that same momentum you had against the Bulls. That same momentum on offense. Going back to 2 nights ago against the Chicago Bulls, as part of that back-to-back series, Miami is going to have to come out of the gate swinging and come out of the gate fast with their offense. You can't allow the Hawks to linger around. Otherwise it's going to be a very long game. So you gotta be aggressive on offense as well as defense. And third and finally, this one is winning the rebounding. Miami did win the rebounding game against the Bulls. They were ferocious on the board, and that's what the Heat need to do again. So in order for Miami to win, they need to not only match their defense with the Hawks defense, but also getting out and early on offense, as well as managing to get the boards. So with that said, the players are getting warmed up. We should have opening tip-off coming very soon, as well as a look at our starting lineups. Keep it here for Heat Zone Live, courtesy of Kendall Sports Network. And we are back, ready to begin tonight's game. Here's a look at our starting lineup, including Davion Mitchell, Ella Larson, Simone Fontecchio, Myron Gardner, and Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. The Atlanta Hawks, we have James Johnson, Hill, Alexander Walker, Dylan Johnson. Atlanta missing that three right there. He has the ball. Right, here comes Simone Fontecchio. He steps out of bounds. All right, so we have Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Koloko at center, and Zachary Rishaze at power forward. All right, here comes Miami. Simone Fontecchio. Simone La Dolce Vita Fontecchio, three. Mwah! And Miami is now on the board. Right, here comes Dyson Daniels. Hands the ball off. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Right, here comes Jalen Johnson. Johnson finding Nickeil Alexander-Walker again. Almost lost the ball. And he manages to get the layup. And the Hawks are on the board. Davion Mitchell. Alley-oop to Pella Larson. The Heat right now have a 3-point lead. And 3 on the way. That's the mid. Rebound by Pella Larson. Finding Myron Gardner up in a hurry. And Myron Gardner gets the layup. And that's going to prompt a Hawks timeout. The Heat are already on a roll. And they're looking to impress on Champions Night to commemorate and celebrate the 2006 Miami Heat championship team. Miami right now, they're leading 7-2. And we are back. Score 7-2, Miami. Of course, we are commemorating and celebrating the 2006 NBA champion Miami Heat squad. That features Dwayne Wade, Udonis Haslem, and Shaquille O'Neal. And that's going to be a foul. This one's going to be on Montecchio. Tyler Hero is out tonight with a wrist injury, unfortunately. Norman Powell, he is sitting out due to personal reasons. Jalen Johnson at the mark for the Hawks. This is the first free throw. And he knocks down the second. Alright, here comes Davion Mitchell. Yes, it's a Bam. Bam to Fontecchio. Fontecchio finds Myron Gartman. Davion Mitchell. Mitchell finding Pella Larson for the dunk. Nicely done by Pella Larson. And we go up by 6. Alright, Johnson. 3 on the way. And that one's knocked down by Reese. The Hawks trail by 3. The ball is almost knocked loose. Pella Larson has it. Gives it to Fontecchio. Myron Gardner. And that one rims out. Here come the Heat. Here come the Hawks. Zachary Reese has the ball, but loses it. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Hawks ball. Atlanta will have it side out. All right, here comes Bryson Daniels. Daniels finding the kill Alexander Walker for 3. And that one goes in. We're all tied at 9. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Fontecchio. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell to Bam. Bam, guarded by Coloco. Here goes Bam. Rims out. I think that's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Not sure who it was. I think that's going to be on the kill as and the walk for reaching in. Alright, Bam going to the line for free throws. Knocks down the first free throw. And Bam makes both free throws. All right, here comes Dyson Daniels. Daniels guarded by Pella Larson. Gives it to Jalen Johnson. Finds Christian Coloco. That ball rims out. Stolen away by Atlanta. Zachary Reese guarded by Myron Gartman. Christian Coloco gets out, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. I think that foul's going to be on Myron Gardner. Yeah, that is going to be on Myron Gardner. And there may be a stop in the action. I think Christian Coloco may have been always playing in contact with. Yeah, Christian Coloco is playing in contact with. Alright, so he's fine, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Christian Coloco knocked down the first free throw. Hospital. And we see Shaquille O'Neal's in the building. The Big Diesel, the Big Aristotle is in the building. And so is D-Wade. And Christian Coloco makes both free throws. We're all tied at 11. Here comes Bam. Driving into the lane. That's a miss. Rebound by the Hawks. Here comes Kill Alexander Walker. Gives it to Jalen Johnson. It's actually Rishate missing that three. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Myron Gardner. Going coast to coast. Gives it to Bam. Bam. Pump fake. Gets fouled. And that basket should count. Nope. Referee waved it off. So Bam will go to the line with 2 free throws. Miami will have it side out instead. Commemorate for 3. That ball ripped out. Rebound by the Hawks. Nope. Tangled up with the reshot there. So we should have a jump ball. Reshot going for the rebound. Then he gets tangled up by several Heat players. Finally, Bam tangles up. Right, so reshot and Bam on the jump ball. Miami wins the tip. Ella Larson for 3. That one rims out. Here comes the Hawks. Jalen Johnson driving into the lane. And he gets the basket, gives the Hawks their first lead. Here comes Fontecchio. Right, Miami's passing the ball around. They give it to Bam. Corner 3. That one rims out. Rebound by Fontecchio. Finds Davion Mitchell. Mitchell driving in. And he gets the layup, and we're all tied at 13. Here comes the Hawks. Nikhil Alexander-Walker gets the layup, and the Hawks retake the lead. Right, here comes Bam. Bam gives it to Fontecchio for 3. That's an air ball. Rebound by the Hawks. Rishase gives it to Nikhil Alexander-Walker. That one rims out. And that one will be out of bounds on the Heat, so it'll be Hawks ball. Who touched the last? It's very hard to tell who touched the last. And both Bam and Jalen Johnson will want for the rebound. Alright, Ella Larson comes out of the game for the Heat. Tommy Hawkins is now in for the Heat. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Bam, but the Hawks will have it side out instead. And looking at the transaction for the Atlanta Hawks, they traded Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCollum to Corey Pittsburgh. And as I mentioned before, they traded Pete Christie to the Portland Trailblazers. Of course, the Trae Young happened early last month, January 9th to be exact. And then we see C.J. McCollum, he's now in the game for the Hawks. Alright, Atlanta has the ball side out. Right, here comes Jalen Johnson. Ooh, with a crossover and a nasty dunk to go along with it. The Hawks now leading by 4. And here comes Bam. Loses the ball, and here comes the Hawks again. Jalen Johnson looking for more baskets, and he gets it. And that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. The Hawks right now, they fortified their offense and their defense, and Jalen Johnson is thriving even after that crossover on Simone Bonvecchio. Nasty work. Even after the Hawks leading 19-13. Oh, we have some comments. All right. January Bolandre says, if only we had a 7-foot center to be up against Coloco. You know, we do have a 7-foot center, but he's on the bench. Came from the University of Indiana, and he goes by the name of Hello Ware. Would be nice to see him play, have a few minutes, but knowing our coach Bolstrup, that's kind of a catch-22. And he says, imagine if we had a tall player alongside Bam. Hopefully, that tall player is coming to Miami. Hopefully a certain Greek freak will come to Miami. And not just him, but also 2 other players that are taller and bigger that can help Bam out. Yeah, Spo is going to be Spo regardless. You can't really argue with the man. I mean, he did lead Miami to back-to-back championships, but sometimes we can't even question his schemes, his semantics. But yeah, Spo is being Spo. Even when he's sometimes being a genius, sometimes he's being stubborn. But whatever he had against Khalil Ware, that has to be tough. We need to keep that big. And Luis Rubin says, good evening from Canada. Good evening to you, our good friend from the north. Thank you for tuning in on Heat Don't Lie. If you guys have any questions or comments regarding the NBA season or the ongoing trade rumors, now that we are in the midst of the NBA trade deadline week, mid-season trade deadline week, feel free to drop some comments or questions. Or, since we're commemorating the 2006 NBA championship team for the Miami Heat, let me know some of your thoughts and reflections on that season. Alright, we're back. The Heat have the ball. And there's Davion Mitchell and the basket. And the Heat trailing by 4 in this one. Alright, comes back to Daniels. Daniels with the spin. Picks it out. That's a 3 on the way. Rims out. Rebound by Bam. Davion Mitchell has the ball. Davion alley-oops to Bam out of bio for the dunk. And the Heat are trailing by 2 this one. Alright, here comes Jalen Johnson. Johnson has the ball. That's a 3 on the way. That one rims out. And that's going to be out of bounds. Heat ball. And right now, Shaquille O'Neal is on the microphone addressing the Heat announcers. Miami should be very grateful to have a center like Shaquille O'Neal play for the Heat. He was instrumental during those years when Miami was on top. Right now, here comes Khalil Ware from one sentence to another. And Khalil Ware and with that guy. We're all tied at 19. Here comes Corey Kispert. Hawks passing the ball around. They give it to CJ McCollum for 3. Not for 3, but McCollum misses the basket. Drew Smith is also in the game for the Heat. Back up Taquet. Taquet finding Drew Smith, gets his shot blocked, and here come the Hawks. Jalen Johnson gives it to Muhammad Gay. Here comes Dyson Daniels driving into the lane, and Daniels gets the lead for the Hawks. All right, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr., guarded by Dyson Daniels. Kicks it out to Myron Gardner for three. That one rims out. Rebound by Dyson Daniels. Daniels guarded by Hawkins. Finds Corey Kispert. And gets his dunk block. Three on the way from TJ McCollum, and he knocks it down. The Hawks now lead by 5 in the game. Here's a Hawkins. Hawkins spins. Finds Kelal Ware. Where's Fontecchio? Fontecchio gets bumped out of bounds. No, that should be a foul on the Hawks. Hawks are saying that they the ball, but no, that ball went out of bounds. Hello, Lawson going to be answered back in Miami. Definitely 3 shots is back in the game for us. So we're going to have a jump ball again. Miami wins that jump ball. And then some Casper Jefferson. Finds Hawkins. Hawkins loses the ball, but he recovers it, gets tangled up, and now we're going to have another jump ball. Both of these teams are trying to get after it. Both of these teams are trying to get after it right now. But it seems like the Hawks have the better edge. Here comes Yaka Junis. Miami wins that tip again. Kelal Ware airball 3 was recovered by Larson. Hawkins for 3. That one rims out. Hawkins recovers his own rebound. Here comes Drew Smith driving into the lane. Misses. And it's rebound by the Hawks. Corey Kispert has it. Thought about going for the 3. And Miami covers the ball. Fellow Larson. Larson gets put up. Finds Hawkins. Hawkins with a pump fake. And misses the basket. Rebound to Drew Smith. Gives it to Kelal Ware. Ware backing it down. Okay. Basket will not count. I'm not sure, but I'm sure Kelal Ware got out. See again. Ware fighting in the paint. Tried to go for the first half, but got fouled. Ware at the line for Miami. He misses the first free throw. And he misses both free throws. So the Heat trail by 5. Alright, here comes the Hawks. TJ McCollum passes it out to Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Corey Kispert for 3. That one rims off. Rebound by Hawkins. Hawkins driving into the lane. And he airballs the basket. Here comes the Hawks now. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, guarded by Drew Smith. Driving into the lane, passes it right out for the corner 3. McCollum knocks it down. And the Hawks go up by 8. And here comes Hawkins. Kelal Ware for 3. That one rims off. And here come the Hawks again. We're on an 8-0 run. Spot up 3. That one rims off. Rebound by Tommy Hawkins Jr. Hawkins. Drew Smith. Drew Smith driving into the lane. Drew Smith finds Kelal Larson. Larson gets tangled up and he gets the basket. And that ends the Hawks' 8-0 run. And the Heat trail by 6. So Forrest District loses the ball. And we got ourselves a foul on the Heat. So team's going to the line. That means that can be reached at the line for 2 feet. Risha knocks down the first free throw. And Venetia, they make both free throws. So right now the Hawks lead back up to 8, and they're on a 10-2 run right now. And the Hawks come up with that steal. And alley-oop. Number, I think that was actually Venetia did. The Hawks now have a 10-point lead, and they now go on a 12-2 run. All right, here comes Yaka Jr. Hello, where it's in the team. There's a 3 on the way. Rims out. Rebound by the Hawks. Here comes CJ McCollum. McCollum getting some things. McCollum getting the basket over Hawkins. And right now the Hawks offense are getting everything they want. Now a 12-point lead for the Hawks. And Paolo Larson knocks down the basket. The Heat trailing by 10 in this one. Alright. CJ McCollum has the ball. Started by Hawkins. Here's McCollum. Missing the basket. Here comes Miami. And that's going to end the first quarter. A very bad start for the Miami Heat after getting out on a hot start, only for the Hawks to go on a 14-4 run to end the first quarter as they lead 33-23. You're watching Heat Zone Live on Kendall Sports Network. And Ganwell Bolandris says, I'm convinced that even if Bo had a decently shaped stack, he still won't play Bam instead. It's logical that most NBA coaches, if you have two bigs, why not play them together? I don't understand this. I don't understand sometimes the small ball tactics. Yeah, it's good for pushing. Yeah, it's good for pushing the fast break. But if you go up against a team with soft defense and a balance of good bigs and wings and point guards, that's going to be a problem. So that's something Spo needs to figure out. And we are back. We begin in the second quarter, and Luke Kennard knocks down that three-pointer. The Hawks lead continues to swell. They have a 13-point lead at this point. And here comes Tommy Hawkins Jr. Knocks down the three and responds. But the Heat now trailing by 10. Here comes CJ McCollum. McCollum guarded by Tyler Larson. And there's another layup for the Hawks. Asa Newell getting that basket. All right, and here comes. Oh, Kelly Ware missing that alley-oop. And here comes the Hawks again. Luke Kennard driving in. There's Nathan Newell again, missing that three. Rebound by the Hawks. Rebound by the Heat. Here comes Tommy Hawkins Jr. Loses the ball. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hawks. And that's also going to be a foul on Nathan Newell. Tommy Hawkins Jr. knocked down the first free throw. And Tommy Hawkins Jr. makes both free throws. And now the Heat trail by 10. Alright, here comes CJ McCollum. And we have some breaking news. James Harden has been traded to Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. I repeat, James Harden is now a Cleveland Cavalier, having been traded for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. Right, here comes McCollum. Got the three on the way. And CJ McCollum rounds it down. Right now the Heat are in trouble. Their offense does not look like the same as it was from nights ago. Here comes Larson. Larson gets the basket. And here comes Asa Newell. Give it the. And I think that's going to be a foul on Drew Smith. So that will send Zachary Reese out there to the line for 2 free throws. Zachary Reese out there missing the first free throw. And he misses both free throws. Here comes Miami. Tommy Hawkins Jr. gets the ball. Hawkins misses the layup. And that rebound goes to Atlanta. Here comes Luke Kennard. Finds James Newell for the dunk. And the Hawks go up by 13. Here comes Casper Jaka-Junis. Jaka-Junis loses the ball, and here come the Hawks again. Oh, and that's a nasty spill right there. Zachary Richardson being helped up by his teammates. Miami is getting beat on both ends of the floor, and that is not a good sign. CJ McCollum and Zachary Reese out there comes out of the game for the Hawks. Kelly Ware will also come out of the game for the Heat. Bam is now back. Tyler Rush can try to go for the steal, but that one goes out of bounds. Right. And here comes Dyson Daniels, missing the layup, rebound by Bam. Right, here goes Bam. And spin, missing the layup. And here comes Luke Kennard with the rebound. Kennard finding Dyson Daniels. Daniels finding Jalen Johnson for the dunk. Now the Heat are trailing by 15. Jalen Johnson with 9 points, getting 4 for 6 on the season. The Hawks defense has been smothering Miami in the paint. And now that's going to be a foul on Dyson Daniels. The Hawks have been shooting 53% from the field, whereas Miami 35%. And Nikola Jovic is not entering the game for Miami, replacing Hot Hand Jr. And Dyson Daniels will also take a to the Hawks. Alright, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell guarded by Kennard. Mitchell driving into the lane. Kicks it out to Nikola Jovic for free. That one rims out. And the Hawks recover the ball. Nikhil Alexander-Walker driving in. Ball is knocked loose. And that one's going to remain with the Hawks. Hold on for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, sorry about that. And we're back. And that's a three that connects from Luke Kennard as the Heat now trail by 18, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Eric Spoelstra needs to figure out something fast because this one is getting away from Miami. The Hawks lead 48-30. And we are back. The lead right now, trailing by a bunch. And their woes on offense and defense continue to manifest. Right now, the Heat are trailing by 18 in this game. Hopefully, they can figure something out because this game is getting out of hand for them. And that's going to be a 5-second violation on the Hawks because on the Heat, so it'll be Hawks ball. All right, Nikhil Alexander-Walker finding Asa Newell. Asa Newell gets the spin and the basket. Right now, the Hawks are on a 9-0 run as they lead by 20. Here comes Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio getting the layup. Nope. But he gets his own putback. And the Heat continue to trail by 18. Here comes Jalen Johnson. Out to Corey Kispert. Finds Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Corey Kispert for 3. And he sinks it. And right now, it's a 21-point game for the Hawks. All right, here comes Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio out to Yakajunas for 3. Ooh, nicely done. A pass for Yakajunas knocks down the corner 3. Here comes Luke Kennard. Gives it to Jalen Johnson. Johnson missing that basket. It's rebound by Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio with the spot up 3. And he knocks it down. Simone Fontecchio knocking down that 3. And right now that's going to prompt up a Hawks timeout. The Hawks may be up, but the Heat are trying to fight their way back into this one. The Hawks lead 53-38. And we are back. The Miami Heat have a long climb ahead of them, but they will need to get themselves back on track in order to do so. Here comes Jalen Johnson. Kicks it out. Corey Kispert for three, and he knocks it down. Right now, the Hawks are leading by 18 in this game. So Davion Mitchell gives it to Bam. Bam to Fontecchio. Fontecchio swinging around. Yeah, Kazuna's for three. And that's an air ball. So that will be Hawks ball. Right now the Hawks have the ball. They're bringing it up the floor. That's a three on the way from Luke Kennard. That one rims out. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Finds Simone Fontecchio, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Okay, that's going to be a goaltend on the Hawks. So 2 points awarded to Simone Fontecchio. Lost a foul. Simone Fontecchio will go to the line for the and one opportunity. And Simone Fontecchio knocks down the L1. Now the Heat are leading. The Hawks are trailing by. And mixed up right here. The Hawks are leading in this game, 56-41. The Hawks will have a side out. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Hawks. This one's on Christian Coloco. All right, here comes Jaime Hawkins Jr. And he gets the layup. And right now, the Heat are trailing by 13 in this game. Here comes C.J. McCollum. Guarded by Hawkins. McCollum driving to the lane. Picks it up and Alexander Walker three. That one rips out. Rebound by the Heat. Davion Mitchell. Mitchell swings it out to Bam. And thought about the three. He goes for it now. That one rims out. Here comes C.J. McCollum. McCollum guarded by Hawkins. Gives it to Luke Kennard. Guard. That's a missed three for the Hawks. Rebound by the Heat. Here comes Bam. Bam gives it to Davion Mitchell. Hawkins with the uncontested layup. And a solid play from Miami who are now on a 13-2 run as they trail by 11. Here comes McCollum. McCollum driving into the lane. And the Hawks missed that three. The Hawks had their own rebound. Luke Kennard passes it out to Jalen Johnson. That's a corner three. That rims out as well. Here comes Bam. Bam spinning his way through the defense. Kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell to Jovic. That's a three on the way. And that one rims out. The Hawks get the rebound. That's a three on the way. And Jalen Johnson answers for three. Right now, it's a 14-point lead for the Hawks. All right, here comes Bam. Gets fouled. Nope. But he didn't get the basket. That's a three on the way from Luke Kennard, and he knocks it down. And all of a sudden, the Hawks are trying to fill it. And that's a terrible from Miami. Alexander Walker. Ryan Bernard loses the ball. Recovered by the Hawks. Nikhil Alexander Walker for three. That one rims out. Rebound by Miami. Jovic on the walk. With some contest. By Davion Mitchell alone for the three. That one rims out. Rebound by Jalen Johnson. Right now, Miami is 4 for 18 from 3 points. While the Hawks are 56. And that's a fade away from Nikhil Alexander Walker. Right now, this team is really getting away from Miami. Now on an 8-0 run. Bam. This is the best. Rebound by Jalen Johnson. Johnson guarded by Bam. Gives it to Nikhil Alexander Walker. Jalen Johnson for the three. Rims out. Rebound by Nikola Jovic. That's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Right now, the score is 64 to 45. Atlanta has a lead. Here comes Cassius Jefferson at the line. He knocks down the first free throw. Right, that was the call. Jovic making both free throws. Right now it's a 17-point lead. And Jalen Johnson. Johnson gives it to Nikhil Alexander Walker. And Jalen Johnson again for the Hawks. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell finds Jovic for the corner three, and Nikola Jovic knocks it down. So right now it's a 16-point lead. Jalen Johnson has the ball for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson guarded by Davion Mitchell. And that's going to be a foul on Davion Mitchell, as Jalen Johnson will go to the line for 2 free throws. Right now, things are not looking the best for the Heat. Jalen Johnson knocks down the first free throw. Simone Fontecchio is now in the game for Miami. So it's Ella Larson. And Jalen Johnson goes 1 of 2 from the line. Ella Larson losing the ball, and that's going to be out of bounds. So it goes right back to the Hawks. All right, here's on CJ McCollum. McCollum drives in. Here comes the Heat. Davion Mitchell has the ball. By Davion Mitchell. Throws the ball away, and that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Hawks ball again. Miami wants a challenge, but that's not going to be a challenge right now. There's a step back three from CJ McCollum, and that's going to end the second quarter. very dismal first half for Miami, and the Hawks lead 67-50 by halftime. Yeah, this one, yeah, first half was very bad, 67-50. The Hawks defense smothered Miami, but to make matters worse, the Heat were not doing their own due diligence on offense. They were not getting offensive rebounds because the Hawks were warming the paint. And even when Miami went back on defense, they allowed the paint to go unprotected. Of course, the corner threes that the Hawks were knocking down, those were the times that Miami Heat should have made them pay by getting back from defense, by offense, and getting a fast break basket. So this is on Miami right now to get it together. I think if they fell by 17 points, it's halftime. When we'll get me something to drink, I'll be right back. And we are back, ready to begin the third quarter. I have on my Shaquille O'Neal Miami Heat jersey just for this commemoration of the 2006 NBA team that won the 2006 NBA championship team for the Miami Heat. That also features Alonzo Mourning and Dwayne Wade. Of course, that whole halftime for the Heat and Hawks game, just to commemorate the 2006 NBA championship team that won it all in 6 games. Of course, that team also featured Udonis Haslem, Michael Doliak, Jason Williams, Jason Capono, Wayne Simeon, Darrell Wright, Shandon Anderson, to name a few. And of course, Udonis Haslem, Gary Payton. So, right now, the third quarter will be underway, and the Miami Heat they had a lot of time to figure out what they need to do, because that's coming back from 17 points. It's going to take a lot of effort. That's what I'm going to say. It's going to take a lot of effort for the Heat. So hopefully they can be inspired or find a way to get back into this one. Right now, players are still warming up, having shoot-arounds. Third quarter should be starting soon. And so we are seeing some highlights from last night's Miami Heat Gala, that also honored the 2006 NBA championship team. But right now, looking at the halftime stats, the Hawks lead by 17 points. They have 49% shooting from the field, and we're back to action. The Hawks coming up with that miss. Rebound by Myron Gardner. Gardner finding Davion Mitchell. Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio back to Davion Mitchell. Right. They give it to Pella Larson. Myron Gardner for 3. And Myron Gardner knocks down that 3 to get Miami going in the third quarter. Right, here come the Hawks. That's an uncontested 3. And that one rims off. Rebound by the Heat. Here comes Simone Fontecchio. Flying in. Misses the basket. Rebound by Myron Gardner. But it's stolen away by the Hawks. With a spot up 3. That one rims off. Rebound by Myron Gardner. Here comes Simone Fontecchio. To Bam. Bam drives in. And he gets the basket. And right now the Heat are on a roll. And that will prompt a Hawks timeout. The Heat have knocked down the first 5 baskets in the third quarter, but can they keep this momentum going? Right now, the Hawks still lead 67-55. Miami have a long way to go. Let's see what they can do. And we are back. Score is now 69-55. The Hawks have a 14-point lead. Simone Fontecchio passes it out, but I think he got fouled on the way in. Yeah, I think that's going to be a foul on Jalen Johnson. Okay. Miami will have a side out. They gave it to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell to Bam. Bam almost lost the ball. Bam backing down Asa Nua. Bam missing that fadeaway, and that's going to be a 24-second violation on the Miami Heat. So it'll be Hawks ball. The Hawks are shooting 46% from the field. Miami only 38%. And that three rims out for the Hawks. Rebound by Miami. There's Davion Mitchell. Yep, we're driving into the lane. Passes it out. Myron Gardner. Gardner gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Myron Gardner, he's showing that hustle and that determination. Kind of reminds me of a young Udonis Haslem. Myron Gardner knocks down the first free throw. And Myron Gardner makes both free throws. So now it's a 12-point game. Right here comes Jalen Johnson. Pass it out to Dyson Daniels. The three on the way. And that's going to be a miss. Rebound by Miami. Ella Larson has the rebound. Gives it to Bam. Bam driving into the lane. And he gets the layup. And now we have a 10-point game. Bam. And right now, 8 points from 3 for 12 from the field. And that basket goes in by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Here comes Simone Fontecchio for 3. That one rims off. Rebound by the Hawks. Rishate misses that 3. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Ball knocked loose. And that one's going to go out of bounds. It'll remain Heat ball. Nice layup from Bam. Fighting against several defenders, including Rishate. Alright, Bam has the ball. Guarded by Asa Newell. Bam gets fouled, and we'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Alright, Bam will go to the line for 2 free throws. Bam makes the first free throw. And Bam makes both free throws. So right now it's a 10-point game for the Hawks. Here comes Jalen Johnson. Gives it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Back to Jalen Johnson. And that room rims out for Dyson Daniels. Bam has the rebound. The Heat right now on an 11-4 run. Bam loses the ball, and here come the Hawks. Actually, Rishate has the ball. Passes it out to Jalen Johnson for 3, and that one goes in. Back up to 13, the Hawks go. And here comes Myron Gardner flying in from coast to coast with that layup. And that brings the Heat within 11. Dyson Daniels gives it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Daniel losing the ball, and here comes Davion Mitchell. He's looking to get it right back. Finds Tyler Larson. Larson drives in. Gets the basket, and he will go to the line for the and one. Bringing the Hawks lead to single digits. Tyler Larson fighting with everything in his being to get that basket and going for the and one. And Tyler Larson knocks down the and one. Right now, it is an 8-point game. Here comes Jalen Johnson. Pass it out to Mason Newell for three. And that one rims out. Rebound by Fontecchio. Here comes Tyler Larson. Larson to Fontecchio. Fontecchio. Finding Larson. Back to Fontecchio. To Bam. Bam muscling his way into the paint. He's cornered. Passes it out. That's a corner three from Myron Gardner. And Myron MP3 Gardner knocks it down. And right now the Heat are within 6. Here the Hawks. Jalen Johnson. And that's automatic. Right now it's a 7-point game. Jalen Johnson now with 20 points, shooting 8 for 13 from the field. Here comes Myron Gardner. Thought about going for 3 again. Pump fake. Passes it out to Fontecchio. Fontecchio driving into the lane. Finds Tyler Larson alone for the 3. And that one rims out. And here comes Jalen Johnson. Corey Kispert is in now. We give it to Jalen Johnson again. Jalen Johnson guarded by Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell comes up with a steal. Comes Davion Mitchell. Finding Myron Gardner. Gardner missing the layup. Davion Mitchell missing the layup. Here comes Jalen Johnson again. He gets fouled. Right now the Heat are starting to come alive in this. The Heat are coming alive in front as Tommy Hawkins Jr. re-enters the game for Miami. Tyler Larson will take a seat. Alright, here comes CJ McCollum, guarded by Myron Gardner. Gives it to Corey Kispert. Kispert drives in and he will go to the line for the and one. Corey Kispert would not be denied, even against 2 defenders. That's out to be on Davion Mitchell. And Corey Kispert makes the and one. And now the Hawks lead by 10. Here comes Fontecchio. Gets the left, and the Hawks lead is back to single digits. Simone Fontecchio right now with 13 points, shooting 5 from 11 from the field. So with Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson fine. Corey Kispert. Kispert passes it up. Johnson. Corey Kispert again. Missing the layup. Rebound by Bam. Bam. Working up to the floor. Coast to coast, but he gets fouled. I know Bam wanted that layup to go in plus the foul. So that would have brought Mike within 5, but then he goes to the line for 2 free throws. Right, Bam goes for the line. Right now he has a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Bam makes the first free throw. And Bam makes both free throws. So now the Hawks lead it down to 6. All right, here we go with CJ McCollum. And McCollum knocks it down. We now have ourselves an 8-point game. Here comes Davion Mitchell, missing the layup. Rebound by Jalen Johnson. Johnson gives it to CJ McCollum. McCollum to Johnson. Johnson finds McCollum. And that one's automatic. And that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Just when you thought the Heat had a chance coming back into this point, here come the Hawks answering it back with baskets of their own as they lead 83-73. And we are back. Score is 83-73. The Hawks have the lead, and that's going to be a foul on Atlanta. And now Dwayne Wade is being reviewed. Of course, Wade was the 2006 Finals MVP, getting some love from CJ McCollum, a player who was highly influenced by Wade, as Bam knocked down that first free throw. Dwayne Wade, of course, in the 2006 NBA Finals, he had averaged 34.3 points per game, I believe. Yeah, he definitely put the team on his back. along with Shaq. And Bam knocks on both free throws. Right now it's an 8-point game. And here comes CJ McCollum. McCollum guarded by Bruce Smith. McCollum passes it out to Jalen Johnson. Back to McCollum. McCollum missing the basket. Miami gets the rebound. Here comes Drew Smith going coast to coast. Loses the ball, and here comes the Hawks. Jalen Johnson, guarded by Drew Smith. Finds Corey Kispert. Back to Jalen Johnson getting that basket, and we now have a 10-point game again. Here comes Bam. Bam guarded by Muhammad Gay. Loses the ball, and here come the Hawks again. Right, here comes Jalen Johnson. Luke Kennard uncontested for 3, and he knocks it down. Right now it's back up to 13 for the Hawks. Kasper Diakajunas. Dwayne Wade in 2016 finals, he had 34.7 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, and averaging 43.5 minutes per game. Oh, that's impressive. Bam gets the layup. So it's back to 11-point lead for the Hawks. And here comes Jalen Johnson. Johnson loses the ball, and here comes the Heat again. Kasper Diakajunas gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, Kasper to the line. And will be taking his seat. Diakajunas knocks down the first free throw as Kelly Ware restarts the game for Miami. And Diakajunas knocks down both free throws. So now it's a 9-point game. Here comes Corey Kispert. Finds Jalen Johnson. Muhammad Gay. And he gets the basket. We'll go for the line for the M1. So that's going to be. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Muhammad Gay. Corey Kispert gets the layup, and right now it's an 11-point game for the Hawks. Here comes Diakajunas. Finds Bruce Smith. Hawkins. Here comes Hawkins. Backing him down. Hawkins missing the basket. Rebound by Atlanta. CJ McCollum. McCollum finds Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson misses the basket. Rebound by Kelly Ware. Here comes. That's gonna be out of bounds on Miami. Miami Hawkins was looking to pass the ball, but then it got jammed up. Here comes Corey Kispert. CJ McCollum for 3, and he knocks it down. Right now, it's a 14-point game for the Hawks. Here comes Kelly Ware. Misses the basket. Rebound by the Hawks. Here comes Jalen Johnson. Rebound by Kelly Ware. And Miami pushes up the head. That was a careless pass by Jaime Hawkins Jr. And that's going to go right back to the Hawks again. Now, right now, Miami needs to find some answers fast. They're trailing by 5 in this game. Now it's gotten out of hand again. DJ McCollum effortlessly gets to the rim, and that's another layup for the Hawks. Here's some Hawkins. Yakaguta's corner 3. That one rims out. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hawks. Here comes Bruce Smith for 3. That rims out. Back tap to Bruce Smith. Here comes Yakakunis for 3. Hawkins for 3. Rebound by Yakakunis. Hawkins has the ball. Guarded by Dyson Daniels. And Hawkins gets the basket. It is now a 14-point game. That's a 3 on the way. And CJ McCollum again for the Hawks. And that's going to end the third quarter as the Hawks lead 98-81. Stick around for fourth quarter action, courtesy of Heat Zone Live, sponsored by Kendall Sports Network. And we are back, ready to begin the fourth quarter. Miami right now, they're trailing by 17 in this game. Here comes Bam. Bam gets it back. Got it to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell. Gotta put it up. And that's going to be a 20. I think that's going to be a foul on Dyson Daniels for this thing. So, luckily, Pamela Larson will go to the line for, I think, 3 free throws. Miami caught a break right there. Otherwise, it would have been 24-second violation on them. The referees are going to review this instead, see if it was either a foul on Dyson Daniels or a 24-second violation on the Heat. So we have ourselves an official review. The first one in this game. Prepare to hang back on the court. Prepare to hang back on the court again. Let's hear what the referee has to say. Alright, so Paolo Larson will go to the line for 3 free throws. So the foul was on Dyson Daniels. Larson knocks down the first free throw. Larson making the second free throw. Larson makes all 3 free throws. Right now, the 4th point for the Hawks. So Larson with 16 points. Going 4 for 4 from the field. That's going to be a foul on David Mitchell. David McCollum will go to the line for free throw. Okay, the Hawks will have a side out instead. David Mitchell now holding TJ McCollum, and McCollum effortlessly to the 3. We're back to 17 for the Hawks. There's a Fontecchio. David Mitchell. Fontecchio. Fontecchio gets the look. And now it's a 15-point game. Right from the Hawks. Dyson Daniels. CJ McCollum for 3. And that one rims out. Rebound by Miami. Bam for 3. And that one rims off. Iron Gardner tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. All right, here come the Hawks. Mohamed Gay gets fouled and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul's going to be on Ben. All right, he's at the line. This first free throw. Then he goes 1 of 2 to the line. So it's now 16 point. Right here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell give it to Larson. Larson guarded by McCollum. Back to Davion Mitchell. So Davion finds Larson. Larson. 1 for 3. No. The spin. Goes to the basket. And that rebound goes to the Hawks. There goes CJ McCollum. Misses that basket. Rebound by Bam. And here he comes. Bam is double teamed now. Passes it out to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell finds Larson for 3. And that one rims off. Rebound by Luke Kennard. And here come the Hawks. Give it to Dyson Daniels. Daniels missing that basket. Rebound by the Hawks. Rebound by the Heat. Here comes Fontecchio. Right then, and he gets the basket. Only Fontecchio going to the line for the and 1. Luke Kennard shoving off and then reaching in for the foul. And Fontecchio knocks down that basket. So right now, it is a 13-point lead for them. Yeah, it's a 13-point lead for the Hawks. Luke Kennard, uncontested 3. Rims off. Rebound by Bam. Bam finds Davion Mitchell. And Byron Gardner getting that basket. That's going to lead to a Hawks timeout. Atlanta may have the lead right now, but Miami is trying to find their second win. They're trying to get back on the roll. It's an 11-point lead. Atlanta is ahead 102-91. And Luis Rubin says, if the Magic loses to OKC, Miami will still be in 7th place. That is true. Should the Magic lose to the Thunder tonight, Miami will still be in 7th regardless. So that is something to watch for. Plus, both teams along with the Bulls and the aforementioned Atlanta Hawks are still in the play-in. They're all in play-in territory. So not much the team can do other than just win. All right, we are back. Myron Gardner has been showing up and showing out for the Miami Heat. He has 14 points in this game. Right now the Hawks answering with another basket as Jalen Johnson knocking that one down. All right, here comes the Heat. Hello, Larson. Larson guarded by Luke Kennard. He gets Fontecchio for three. That one rims off, and here come the Hawks again. Jalen Johnson finding Corey Kispert. Here goes Nikhil Alex Walker for three, and he knocks that down. It is now 107-91 Hawks. Nikhil Alexander Walker with 14 points, shooting 20% from downtown. And Bam missing that basket. Right now, the Hawks are on the roll still. Jalen Johnson nearing double figures with 24 points and 9 rebounds. Here comes Corey Kispert. Missing that layup. Rebound by Bam. Xavier Mitchell. Mitchell finds Bam. Guarded by Jalen Johnson. And Bam gets a reverse layup. I mean, that should be an and one opportunity for the Heat. So, Hawkins will inbound the ball. He gives it to Tyler Larson. Here comes Bam. Bam missing that basket. And now here comes Jalen Johnson in the Hawks. All right, Corey Kispert finds the open player, and that's a three for the Hawks. Mohamed Gay getting that corner three, and that's off the Heat timeout. This game continues to get away from Miami, no matter how close they get. And with such sloppy sequences on defense like that, it's no wonder why the Hawks are leading 110-91. All right, and we are back. Time for the fourth quarter follow-up. The Hawks have been on a major run right now, followed by the Heat struggling to get themselves on offense. And of course, this night is to commemorate and celebrate the 2006 NBA championship team from the Miami Heat. Jalen Johnson knocking down that three. Right now it's a 20-point game. Here comes Hawkes. Hawkes drives in, gets the basket, and will go to the line for the and-one. Oh, and that was a nice alley-oop from Pella Larson to find Kello Ware. Hawkins missing that and one opportunity. And here comes Jalen Johnson. Johnson guarded by Hawkins. Johnson uses Nikhil Alexander Walker. Here comes Corey Kispert flying in. And Kispert gets a layup. Right now, Corey Kispert has 13 points, shooting 5 from 11 from the field. And that's a miss for Miami. Here comes Jalen Johnson. That's a three on the way. Nikhil Alexander Walker knocks it down. Oh my goodness. And that's now a 23-point lead for the Hawks. Here comes Tommy Hawkins Jr. with that basket. Jalen Johnson now, guarded by Pella Larson. Muhammad Gay gets the basket. Right now it's 120-97. The Hawks have been rushing it right now. That's a three on the way. Damoni Fontecchio missing that basket. All right, here comes Nikhil Alexander Walker. Finds Corey Kispert. Back to Nikhil Alexander Walker. That one rims off. Rebound by Miami. And Pella Larson knocks the basket in. And that's going to prompt a Hawks timeout. The Miami Heat right now are struggling as the Hawks lead 120-99. And we are back for this fourth quarter follow-up. Right now, Jalen Johnson has his ninth triple-double of the season. The Heat trail by 17 by halftime, but now they're way behind. They're way behind. And of course, the 2006 NBA champion Miami Heat squad was celebrated on this night. Too bad the current squad hasn't done much to be inspired or to be solidified by such a team. All right, now the Hawks will have the ball. And I think this one's going to be. I think there's going to be a foul on Jalen Johnson. No, Not sure what was going on in that sequence. Or see Norman Powell's not suited up. So that's going to be a foul on Miami. So it's going to be Hawks ball still. And there's an easy uncontested basket for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That sequence right there, the Heat just gave up on defense. The Heat just gave up right there. Here comes Hawkes. Drew Smith for the corner three. And Kelly Ware's there for the putback. So right now it's 122-101. Corey Kispert has the ball. For three. That one rims off. Mohamed Gay gets the ball. Here comes Kispert. To Jalen Johnson. Here comes Johnson. And it's stolen away by Miami. Drew Smith has it. And Drew Smith goes close to close for that layup. And here comes CJ McCollum. McCollum guarded by Hawkes. Gives it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Misses that layup. Rebound by Kelly Ware. Here comes Tyler Larson. Larson gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes gets the basket. Right now, the Hawks are leading by 17. CJ McCollum, guarded by Drew Smith. Loses the ball, and I think that one's going to go out of bounds on the Hawks. Not sure what's going on right now. I think it should be Heat ball. All right, so right now I think there's going to be a jump ball instead. Miami wins the jump ball. Here comes Hawkes. And Hawkes gets another basket. So right now it's a 15-point game. Here comes Jalen Johnson getting that basket. Tyler Larson finds Hawkes. Hawkes guarded by Johnson. And Hawkes knocks down that basket. Alright, here comes Jalen Johnson. Three. That one. Air ball recovered by Mohamed Gay, corner three. Rebound by Miami. Drew Smith is letting the ball get away from him, and that's going to go out of bounds. Hawks ball. Right now, both teams are bringing in fresh players for this closing moment. The final minutes of the game. You see Andrew Wiggins not suited up as well. So far, this has been a bad game for Miami. Orion Prince is in the game for the Hawks. Corey Kispert for three. That one rims off. Rebound by Kelly Ware. with Myron Gardner. Gardner finds Jameer Young. Jameer Young looking for the basket. And he gets it. Jameer Young will go for the and one. And Jameer Young knocked down the and one. Now the 12-point game. Not much they can do right now. Right, Corey Kispert kicks it out to Torian Prince for three. And that one rattles in. Right, here comes Casper Siakam, finds Kelly Ware. Kelly Ware for three. And Kelly Ware knocks down that three. Not much that he can do now. And this one is over. Final score, 127-115. Oh, my goodness. What can I say other than this one was embarrassing? At a night where the 2006 NBA championship team, led by Alonzo Mourning, D. Wade, Jack, and a host of others, winning the Heat's first championship, the Heat played like they didn't know what to do. Yeah, they got to a hot start, but then it quickly evaporated. It quickly vanished once the Hawks got themselves rolling. Even though Miami went on a few runs of their own, trying to draw close to the Hawks lead, Jalen Johnson was knocking down baskets. Exactly 3 shots able to knock down basket. CJ McCollum was hitting shots from behind the arc. Corey Kispert was getting buckets as well as knockdown jumpers from behind the arc. And not only that, the Hawks defense was smothering Miami in the paint. And on the other side, the Hawks offense was just getting their baskets in, just driving into the paint against Miami when they were not hitting threes. So all in all, this was a bad game for Miami. A very bad game that really shows just how bad things are for their depth. So looking at the scoreboard, or rather the stat sheet for the Heat, Myron Gardner had 14 points and 6 rebounds. Simone Fontecchio with 18 points, 6 rebounds. Tyler Larson had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Jaime Jaquez Jr. jumped off the page with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Bam Adebayo with 16 points and 14 rebounds. And for the Hawks, Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. DJ McCollum came off the bench with 26 points, 4 rebounds. Corey Kispert had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Luke Kennard with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And of course, their all-star, Jalen Johnson, with 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Again, very poor game for Miami. A very lackluster game that shows where the team is at right now. win, a loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss. Something has to get for the Heat. Something has to get for them. Because they can't keep running this rat race that they're on right now. Taking one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. And this team has not looked like a serious contender. This team looks like they're going to be either stuck in the play-in or they're going to bottom out. If this keeps up, they're going to find themselves bottoming out. If they don't do anything about it. And that is highly unacceptable. The good news is that Miami does have 2 days off to get themselves together. So that's something that they will need to regroup. Because the bad news is that they're going to have to go up on the road and they're going to have to play against a team that they have less luck against. And I'm talking about the Boston Celtics. That game starts Friday at 7:30 p.m. and you can watch that on FanDuel, on NBA League Pass and FanDuel Sports Network Sun. Again, Heat Celtics, Friday at 7:30 p.m. You can watch that on NBA League Pass and FanDuel Sports Network Sun. Of course, Luis Rubin says the Bulls also lost. I mean, it's the Bulls. What can you do? It's the Bulls. But Miami right now, they're in a tough spot. They are in a tough spot right now. And being in the play-in should not be their normal. I mean, no team should be in the play-in, but seeing how Miami is right now, I don't know if they can get it together. But something needs to happen. That is confirmed. Something needs to happen for the Heat, one way or another. But with that said, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, commenting, or you wanted to look at the scoreboard or hear the play-by-play. Yeah, this was a tough game for Miami. And I'm not sugarcoating anything. But this was a tough loss for Miami. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in, commenting, or wanting to look at the scoreboard, or hear the play-by-play, or hear the analytics rundown. I mean, I appreciate it, even though it's minimal. But we're still growing. We're still growing, and we're still going to make things better. I want to say, I love you guys. Look out for one another. Be kind to one another. Treat each other with respect and integrity. And hope that it's reciprocated back to you. And you reciprocate it back tenfold and more. And for those of you who are struggling, going through a lot in their lives, just know that you are loved, you're needed. And this world will be even colder without you. This place will not be good. This place will be a very cold place without you. Because we all go through stuff, we all go through life. No one ever goes it alone. Even when you feel like you're trapped in a void and you feel like you need to reach out to somebody, don't be afraid. Never be afraid to reach out to somebody, because that can save your life. And for those of you who are struggling, please reach out to somebody that will listen to you, that will care for you, that will give you empathy, grace, and advice. Because you never know when that day comes. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run to the paint. Take care. I love you guys. Tough loss, but the Heat have 2 days off to get themselves together. And whether Whether something impactful comes along or not remains to be seen. But again, I love you guys. Take care. Treat each other with kindness and respect. And as always, go Heat.